Hey, was geht ab? Mein Name ist FernandoFood. Ja. What is up with it? People of FernandoFood. It looks like trash. 1 second, I'm gonna wipe this. Das besser? Ja? Thank you so much for tuning into episode, I believe you have gotten to episode 18, people. 18 episodes. 18 episodes. You can technically binge watch FernandoFood now. And today I am craving German pastries. This place in downtown San Mateo has by far the best pretzels, or pretzels if you may, and all their other pastries. This pistachio croissant is phenomenal. It's probably the best I've ever had. So I'm really excited to take you to this spot called Backhouse here in downtown San Mateo. They actually started as a little tiny commune, like a group of restaurants that get together and rent out one space, and then they go in throughout the day, and then they get to use the kitchen. So this place, maybe like a year or so ago, just moved into their new location on 3rd Street, I believe, 3rd or B Street, 3rd Street, and it's phenomenal. So I've been wanting to do an episode on them for quite a minute, but they only make the pretzels certain days during the week, and they get them ready around 9, which is right meow. So we're gonna go ahead and try these bad boys out. Shall we? Here we go. We're back in it, and oh my goodness, look at all these pastries. We got the maple, no, we do not have that one. We're back in it, and oh my goodness, it's so bright here. But 3, 2, we're back in it, and oh my goodness, look at all these pastries. We got the cheesy pretzel, we got the apple sage queen, which is actually a seasonal one, which just came out. I believe she said it was like this week. The speck egg breakfast bowl, which is egg, bacon, and pastry. Then we got a regular croissant, and then pistachio raspberry croissant, which by far is my favorite, and we're gonna dig into that here in a minute. So let's get it. Well, let's start with the pretzel, shall we? Look at this. Look at that. What I love about this pretzel is like they bake it in a very different form, and look, you just tear up a leaf and you just go ham. I've had the pretzel before, and I feel like it's nice and dense, but it's not insanely hard or anything like that. And I feel like it doesn't need the cheese, to be honest. I feel like just regular salted is all it really needs. And it's made this morning. Can't go wrong. Now, if they made a sandwich with this bad boy, oh, that'd be amazing. The cheese adds that little bit of saltiness. I feel like it's perfectly baked. Like you can see how it's baked underneath, and it's so soft and fluffy. Look at that. I love how the cheese gives it a little bit of crunch as well, especially on the edges of it. Yeah, it adds a little bit of bite. I love the edges. The edges are perfectly crunchy. Let's dig into this croissant though. It's just a traditional croissant. Look at that. Oh, look at that flakiness. Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. We gone ham. Oh my goodness. It just falls apart. For those of you that don't know, the way that you make croissants is you fold and fold and fold and fold. They nailed it. They freaking nailed it. And you can tell that it was made fresh because it's so flaky. It's slightly crunchy as soon as you bite into it, but then it's like air. You just go through it, and it's like, oh, and it's so perfectly buttery. I feel like you can just eat this by itself. Most people like to make a sandwich out of it. You don't need it. Oh my goodness. It's baked to perfection, nice and soft and buttery, and that slight little bit of crunch when you bite into it. It's probably the best croissant I've ever had, to be honest. Okay. Let's bite into basically their form of breakfast pastry. As you can see, it has a little bit of egg, some bacon. I'm not quite sure what these seeds are, and it has a little bit of chives in there. Oh, let's dig into this bad boy. I don't know if I can partition it in half, but we'll try. Oh my goodness, it's almost like the way that they baked it is like, and you can see the layers, it's almost like it's a croissant that wraps around the bacon and the egg. Oh, let's try this. Let's try this. It totally is like a croissant, but it's a little bit thicker, a little bit denser, and I swear these are like mustard seeds. Oh man, Senf. Oh my God, so German. It's fascinating because you can get your protein through this for sure. Like the egg is thick. It's like hard boiled, but it's like baked with everything around it. You can have the little bit of mustard, that little bit of tang, the butteriness of the pastry itself and the density of it. Oh, and then the speck or the bacon just adds that little bit of saltiness. Oh, it's on point. Every once in a while, you get like the best bite. And I gotta say, I just had the best bite. It was like the perfect blend of egg, saltiness because of the bacon, the senf or the mustard, and the little butteriness at the very end due to the pastry. Oh my goodness. This, oh my God, the speck egg breakfast bowl is amazing. Do yourself a favor, hook yourself up with one of these. So I was talking to the gal that actually worked there, and apparently she's been working there for a few years now, and they used to be at another location, like I was mentioning earlier, like it was called a Kitchen House or something like that, and essentially it was like 4 or 5 restaurants that are like entrepreneurs or like startups, and they all share a kitchen, and they all try to get promoted to see if they can get some traction. And now that they moved to this location, apparently they've been doing pretty good. But man, their pastries are phenomenal. Their kitchen is enormous. And I remember when they were in that smaller kitchen, they only had like a half dozen pastries that come out, maybe a dozen pastries, but now their collection is enormous and it's phenomenal. So do yourself a favor, if you're ever in San Mateo, go to Backhouse, right there on 3rd Street. They always have a queue, you can't miss it. All right, let's dig into this apple sage queen though, shall we? Look at this, look at this. It feels dense. You can see the folds. I think I'm starting to get a feeling about these folks that they love these pastries that like consistently fold into one another. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can smell the sage. I can smell the, oh my. If only you could smell this. If only you could smell this, people. Oh, you can smell the sage, you can smell the apple. There's like melted sugar that gives it so much crunch. The pastry is super flaky, but it's held together by all the sugar that is melted in it. It's super soft in the inside, but the outside, because it's so caramelized, gives you that crunch. So you bite through the crunch and then you get to the center and it's so soft and fluffy. Amazing. They've nailed the folding pastry like style. They've nailed it out of the park. And every single one of these that I've tried, oh, let's dig into the core though. The core, you can see there's like a little bit of apple in that bad boy. Can't wait. The apple, I feel like it's like a green apple. It gives you that little bit of sour, that little bit of tang. It's so gooey in the core, in the center. That the sugar gives you that crunch. You can, as you bite into it, you can smell the sage. Oh my goodness! And then the flakiness of the pastry itself, of I want to call it like some sort of croissant, is phenomenal. Oh. Okay. Last but not least, my favorite for a long time, although some of these are like very strong contenders for sure. Man, the croissant by itself was phenomenal. I'm gonna dig into this pistachio raspberry croissant, which has been my favorite for a long time, but here we go. Look at this. I love the colors on it. But you can see the pistachios and the powdered sugar. Let's break this bad boy in half. It's so hard to do. It's so hard to do. The middle of it is insane. It is so good. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Holy crap, that's so good. It is so gooey. Not insanely gooey, but it has that little bit of paste in the middle. It's amazing. When you bite through it, obviously you have the different layers because of the croissant. You bite through it, it has that tiny bit of crunch as you go through it, and then as you get closer and closer to the middle, not only does it get softer, but it also gets a little bit gooey too with the inside. The pistachio is on point. It's nice, it's sweet, it's not crazy overwhelming either. It's so buttery, it's so smooth. Oh, everything is just so well balanced. It's really like a pistachio filling sandwich. Pistachio filling sandwich is really what it is. Oh my God. Look at these insides. Look at that. It's just, it really is a sandwich. They cut it in half. They like put powdered sugar on the top. They put some more pistachio nuts. They obviously bake it and then they like cut it in half and they fill it in with some more. Oh my God, and the little bit of raspberry gives it, oh. Again, it gives you that little bit of tang. It gives you that little bit of the sweetness and tartness. My goodness, it's amazing. It really is. This place, if you're not going to Backhouse, you're doing yourself a disservice. Try some of these pastries out, but I'm telling you, this pistachio raspberry croissant is definitely top tier. It's God tier. It's God tier. One more bite. Look at fat people. When you get to the core of these pastries, oh my God, it's so dense and it's so rich, and you get all the flavors with one bite. You get the crunch of the pistachios, you get the crunch because of the croissant, you get the butteriness of the croissant, you get the little tanginess and the bitterness of the raspberries. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. All of these were phenomenal. Oh. Do yourself a favor, go to Backhouse. And that concludes the episode, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 18. Dieciocho. Man, it's been a hot second and I'm having a blast doing it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Do yourself a favor. Follow me on Instagram, FernandoFood. It'll be down here. And I'm sure there'll be a link down below. Also, I have a Yelp page. Not very active, but I do have one. So yeah, do yourself a favor. Follow me on those outlets, if you may. And if you hit the subscribe with the little notification bell, it'll tell you when the next episode goes live. We got one more episode before the end of the year. I'm not quite sure where we're gonna do it at, or what we're gonna do. But if you have any recommendations, hit me up. I'll make sure I'll see to squeeze that one in before the end of 2020, the year that will be remembered for the COVID, or the COVIDs. So anyway, love you guys. Hit me up. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next time, yeah?